49ers quarterback knelt instead of standing during the national anthem at last night's game. He was not alone.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Curiosities. I want to get right into this conversation about the NBA and the NFL ratings. And that's something that's come up here in an article that I'm going to share with you in a second. But before I get into any of that, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're on YouTube watching, hit that subscribe button. And I was looking at this article from Breitbart. The headline reads, meaningless NFL Hall of Fame game had more viewers than the average NBA playoff game. It doesn't surprise me one bit. And just as a side note, congratulations to Zach Thomas, my Dolphins legendary. Zach Thomas is in the Hall of Fame now. But I've never made a secret. I've never made a secret about politics in sports and how I feel about that. You're more than welcome to look through my history and Facebook posts going back to the Colin Kaepernick days. I boycotted the NFL for years. And some of you out there who know me know that I did. And the only reason why I came back to watching NFL is because they stopped with the whole kneeling during the anthem and all that radical stuff that they were doing. Once they eliminated that, I believe I'm among that group of fans that went back to watching the NFL last season, and it was great, and I enjoyed it, and I look forward to this upcoming NFL season very much so. However, with the NBA, that's a completely different story, and I don't know if I'll ever go back to the NBA. Well, so long as LeBron is playing anyway. LeBron just leaves such a bad taste, in everyone's mouths, and he's just such an arrogant, horrible human being. And ESPN is right there along with him. So I don't even watch ESPN. I don't watch any of that stuff. I don't even get into it. I know that the Heat were in the finals, and that was great, for a moment. I know my son follows the NBA a lot, so his opinion is clearly different than mine. But I have no interest in it, and I don't know if I ever will, until they get back to just the fundamentals, the basics of what makes sports entertaining, what makes sports, universal. And as long as they're going to continue with this, pushing certain agendas, I want nothing to do with it. So let's read what Breitbart has to say about this, because this is written by Warner Todd Houston. It says the NBA is supposedly the second most popular sport in America, but the TV's ratings don't make that exactly obvious, since the average number of viewers for the NBA's all-important playoffs didn't match the viewership of an entirely meaningless NFL Hall of Fame game this year. We'll see if the NBA actually does lighten up. I'll go back to watching NBA games, of course, constantly pushing their political ideas, because not everyone's going to agree with them. Your sports fans are not your political audience. Your sports fans are just spectators. They're just people there to want to be entertained. They want to see the game. They want to get all excited. And it actually builds camaraderie if you think about it, because, you could all be in a stadium, and that those 80,000 people in the stadium or whatever, they all don't stand on the same platform in terms of politics. They don't all agree. They all didn't vote for the same people. So the one thing that joins them all together is the fact that they're all rooting for the same team. And in that sense, it does build a sort of unity. Sports is supposed to do that. It just generally does. That's just the law of nature, I guess. And so when you start having these sport players going out there, spouting about this and spouting about that, of course, the people that are in the stands are going to be like, yo, I don't want anything to do with this. And they'll walk away. I took my wallet right with me. And so a lot of people did. And that hurt their numbers. And I'm sure that they've had meetings and, behind closed doors and saying, hey, this is hurting our bottom line. What are we going to do to change this trajectory? It's the truth. People don't always want to know it. It's the truth, though. Anyway, so going back to this article, it says, however, even as the NBA was excited by the ratings, they pale compared to what the NFL just earned for its Hall of Fame game between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. The Hall of Fame game earned NBC Sports an average of 6.3 million viewers, and it was the network's most watched Hall of Fame game since 2018. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder what was going on in 2018. Colin Kaepernick, anyone? The NBA may feel it grew, but the games featuring all its stars couldn't beat a meaningless football game with no bearing on the coming season and included very few of the league's star players. The Browns beat the Jets 21-16. Not that anyone will care, and no one does when it comes to the Hall of Fame game. It's essentially the start of the preseason, and I really would like to spend a little bit of time talking about the upcoming NFL season in a future episode here soon. This is the first time that I think in a very, very long time that I'm that interested in the NFL, and I want to break down each individual team. I want to see what the experts are saying and who are predicting, playoff teams and ultimately Super Bowl contenders this year. That kind of conversation is always fun. I would love to make a bracket, and if you guys have a bracket, I'm curious to know what are some of the teams you guys are thinking as far as the NFL is concerned going into this season. Who your favorites are to maybe win it all, or at least win their division, that sort of thing. I'm curious to see what people think about that. I'm very excited about the upcoming NFL season, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to spend a bit of time talking about it. Hopefully on this channel, on this program. Hopefully you'll join me for that.
New Kingdom Radio Theater.